Good morning, everybody, and you're very welcome for listening today. I'd like to welcome Ashley Doyle. She's one of the directors at CJ Sheeran. They're Ireland's largest manufacturers of timber pallets and packaging, based in Mount Rath, but they have multiple locations throughout Ireland. So I let Ashley give you a little bit more background about CJ Sheeran and what their status has been since the beginning of the lockdown during COVID-19. Thanks, Ashley, for joining us today.
No problem. Thank you. Good morning, and good morning, everybody. And thanks very much, Bernie, for inviting me to take part in this great series of interviews that you're doing. CJ Sheeran Ltd is Ireland's largest timber packaging and pallet manufacturer. We have 180 employees, and we're headquartered in County Laois. So we have a main manufacturing plant in Mount Rath, we have a recycling plant in Mount Rath, and then we have 4 other sites across Ireland. We have 2 in Dublin, 1 in the Midlands, and 1 over in Mullingar, and 1 over in Mayo. So primarily we manufacture timber packaging and pallets. Our customer portfolio would be very diverse. We supply food and beverage customers, medical device, pharmaceutical, general business, general manufacturing, building sector, and so on. So we've quite a wide spread within our customer portfolio. At the onset of all of this, it became quite apparent to us that we would be deemed to be essential supply chain. As I mentioned, our food and beverage, pharmaceutical, medical device, it was very important for us to ensure that we could continue working and ensure continuity of supply to our customers throughout. So in the early weeks, I suppose late February, early March, we did a lot of lobbying with government to ensure that we got that recognition as essential supply. So if there was a lockdown, that we would be void to that, I suppose, that we would be able to continue. So in the days before the main lockdown was announced on March 27th, we had that assurances from different ministers that we would indeed fall into the critical supply chain and essential service sector, which was great news for us. So we were able to stay going, and it's business as usual.
You were very early off the blocks with your continuity business planning document. You sent it to us actually, and other chamber members were able to be guided by it, but you were really on the ball from the get-go.
Great, that's good to hear, and you're very welcome. And any members that did get some use from it, we're glad to hear that. I suppose we're quite conditioned by our customer base. You know, Bernie, we supply some very large brands, national, international brands, and so on. So a business continuity plan, or certainly the bones of it, is something that we would have in place for contingency planning. So when this became apparent that we need to assure our customers that we could continue to supply, we did a lot of work in the early days as well on our BCP, opened it all up again, considered it in terms of how this would impact us and what we could do to ensure every measure was put in place that we could stay going. And so it was a good document. I suppose we've done a lot of additions to it since. I think we're on revision 6 at this stage. So obviously it was a very fluid situation, and as things progressed, we needed to amend that as we went. So yeah, it was good. It was a good guide for us as well, and helped us to be quick out of the blocks, I suppose, and make sure that we had all the measures in place. We had to act fast and do everything that we could to give our customers those assurances, protect our employees, and also to ensure that our own suppliers were aware that they too were part of this critical supply chain, and that they too put in all of the measures to ensure continuity into us, which they did. And so all went well. So far, so good.
I did visit CJ Sheeran there not long before the shutdown, and really impressed with your facility, and in particular your work practices and your protocols and your standard operating procedures. And having those in place, you were well positioned to, adapt and continue. So it just shows the importance of having those pieces in place for the unknown event, such as COVID-19.
Yeah, absolutely. We have grown hugely, I suppose, over we're 26 years in business, and the last 7 years in particularly have been very busy for us. In that time, we've achieved the different ISO standards. You'll be familiar with ISO quality, 9000, environmental and health and safety, and so on. So alongside that, you've got all of your standard operating procedures. So basically, over the years, we've developed a manual for every process and procedure within the business here, which has definitely been very beneficial for us to have that. And when COVID came knocking, I suppose we opened up all of those procedures again to see where we could insert an extra little bit of a practice or a protocol to ensure that we were doing all we could to prevent it. So we're very much in prevention mode, I suppose.
And in terms of government incentives and supports, it sounds like possibly you were one of the lucky ones that didn't really need to avail of those supports?
No, we haven't, in fairness. We are an Enterprise Ireland client, obviously, and our development advisor, they were very proactive. They made us aware of the different supports that would be available to us should we need them. So far so good. We haven't had to, we're very much aware of it, of what's there. But yeah, in the main, we haven't had to avail of support as of yet. We're doing a lot of work in terms of monitoring cash flow. We have a very good accounts division there, so there we had a look at it to see what a potential bad debt provision could look like, and they've been doing a lot of good work. So we're very well on top of things. We think anyway, we're keeping on top of things, keeping a good eye on how things progress. But no, so far so good. Yeah, we haven't had to avail of support.
That's great to hear. And are some of your staff working remotely during this during these few weeks?
Yeah, we have a couple of administration staff, obviously in manufacturing. The majority of the team need to be here for the physical end processes of the business and so on. We had a couple of administration staff that had a little bit of concern in terms of people that may have been vulnerable connecting to them. So we were able to facilitate them to work from home, which again has been fine. We have very good committed live staff, so we have no concern. We would do a lot of KPI reporting where we monitor and manage the business a lot through our KPIs. So once they're all stacking up, we have daily interactions with those that are working from home. They'll touch base with the office hourly, daily, through whatever means we need to. We'll have our regular meetings and so on. But yeah, so we're happy to be able to facilitate them. Ortis, our IT company, were very quick off the ball. They're turning things around for us very quickly as well. So yeah.
They're a chamber member as well, actually, Ortis.
Yeah.
So in terms of the new technologies and kind of these types of meetings, do you think there will be a shift moving forward in the amount of traveling between your locations and so on?
Yeah, definitely. One example is we would have a monthly financial review with the directors and so on. So that would be a bit of traveling from the other sites down to Mountrat here, to our headquarters to have those meetings. So we've switched that obviously across to technology. So we're saving a lot of time on commuting. Even the duration of the meeting itself takes a quicker format, it's a quicker process. I suppose you're probably a little bit more focused. So yeah, it's definitely a means that we will use for different meetings, but it'll be a mix, I think, Bernie, going forward. We definitely feel that the face-to-face interaction is quite important as well. And we do some offsite training. We'd use Bloom HQ here in Mountrat for some offsite stuff as well. So when things free back up again, we'll get back to that. But yeah, it's been a big shift in our mindset as well. Move us across, I suppose, force us across onto Zoom and Skype and teleconference and so on. And there's no reason why we can't continue with that as well. It's definitely much more efficient in some regards.
Yeah, I think definitely moving forward, it's going to be a hybrid, and even for the chamber, I can see a hybrid kind of solution for meeting people and having events. Well, for the next 12 months anyway, I think. But the face-to-face is really nice. I can't wait to actually meet people again. But look, in terms of moving forward, you'd never shut down, so you're not kind of planning for a return to work in any particular phases. But I'd imagine you're going to ramp up. Things are going to get busier as more businesses start opening up. Your products are going to be more in demand. So are you ready for that?
Yeah, we had to act quick, I suppose, in the first couple of weeks. Our customer base, like food and pharma, medical device, there was quite a surge in demand on the back of the coronavirus as things ramped up and throughout the surge. So we had to ramp up production accordingly. Some of our customers that would have fell into the non-essential category that had closed their doors, literally closed their doars, and that end of the business stopped for us for a while, but fortunately it was softened by the surge in demand on the other side. So yeah, we've been quite busy. I suppose we've put in place lots of procedures and protocols around COVID and preventing it, such as sanitisation, protecting our staff, ensuring social distancing and so on. So that's our main aim now over the next couple of weeks and months, to ensure that complacency, I suppose, doesn't set in. Yeah, we've been doing this for about 6 or 7 weeks now at this stage. So we just need to make sure that people do understand and continue to understand the importance of it. And prevention is best really for now.
Yeah, and it sounds like CJ Sheeran have played their part in the fight against COVID as you were delivering your pallets to essential services like pharmaceutical, food, healthcare providers. So it's great to hear that story for a Laois-based business as well, and well done. And I'm hoping that the fact that you've been in this mode for a good number of weeks, that other members will see the benefit of learning from what you have done, because you're kind of 2 months ahead of everybody else. And I know what you're saying about complacency. That's the key thing that we can't let happen, because this is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's here for a long time, so we need to learn how to live alongside it while protecting each other and employees and so on. Yeah, we're happy to share our most recent version of our BCP, Bernie, with the members as well. Obviously, it was quite a fluid situation, so that document was as we went. So I can forward it on to you.
That's great. And listen, thanks very much for taking the time out today, and we wish you all the very best for the next few weeks and the next 12 months. And hopefully we'll get to meet soon at an event face to face of some kind. And take care. Thanks, Ashley.
Thank you, Bernie. Take care.